Wow, what's going on now? We got the gang. Hopefully the kid doesn't hit something. You're good. Come on back. You can come on back. Yep. You're good. Yeah, come on. How about that, huh? Race truck time. And the Mustang time. Oop, she's already peeling out of my driveway. Look at that, man. Wow. Yikes, right? Yikes. Wow. It's hard for me to believe. This would be one of the longest trips in this car since I bought it. Besides driving this car home, this truly will be one of the longest trips in this car for me. Now, how much fuel do I have? Good there. All right. So, I really have driven this car. It's just incredible. Because it's not really a great work car. I've done this stuff before. But for the moment, let's get on the road, get going. As I got three of us going for a ride. I can't even remember what is what in this thing, to be honest with you. Too many cars, too many things to do, and that's what kind of stuff. And that's the reality. So you can't keep track of what is what, if you know what I mean. So there's the kid in the truck. And there's Brian. I'll see you at the gas station. All right, here we go. Got the Ford. It's all about the Fords, man. That's for damn sure, if you know what I mean by that. So let's see, does my gate work? It does. Okay, don't really need that, but I may need it, who knows. Should getting out of here too. So, yeah, all the different features in this car, like rev matching, all that stuff. You know, what's incredible is my kid recently drove this car. I don't even know last time I drove this car. I mean, I'm not lying in that. How about that? A little bit of noise. Pretty incredible. I put an 8.5 in this. We really didn't do much with the exhaust. Too radical. I remember right. I can't keep track of all this stuff. What's really neat about this car, though, is that tells you what gear you're in. It tells you I'm first gear right now. See, gear 1. Second gear there. So let's give you my GT500 feel. The question is going to be, when I do this supercharger, does this bring me back to my GT500? Because I sold my GT500s really thinking that the next generation Mustang would be so much better and nicer. So I crossed the bridge to sell those cars, just feeling that the next generation Mustang really would be just a badass car. And I really do think it is. I can only imagine this thing goes to 700 plus horsepower, what it's going to do, just as far as bringing back that huge, just kick you in the ass feel like my GT500 used to have. So where's the kid? I don't know what happened to the kid. Complicated. It's never easy. Does anyone know these stories? You know, a lot of people involved. I'm going to let my service guy know I'm heading his way. All right, here they come. How's this on gas? How you on gas? But that needs gas, right? All right, so, yep, there's a police officer. So you just have to take a time here. You park, Julia. You park here. And then we'll have him. You're gonna have to back it up. Usually, let Brian know he needs gas. And we're filled up with some fuel, petro. Now getting on this road is not going to be simple. Sadly, it's a pain ass road. Oh my gosh, the traffic. That's all we do is live in traffic. And this sign is the worst. So, busy road. Wowskers, wow, man, I haven't driven this car so long. This thing is such the personality of a fun car. Wow. I mean, I'm just taken back. I mean, I really haven't driven this car much at all. This car only has 337 miles on it. when did I even buy this thing? I think I bought this thing like last year, didn't I? I mean, if I remember right. Is that right? I can't even keep track, to be very sincere with you. I think I bought this thing last, like, November or something. I just can't remember. Or was it January, February? I mean, who the hell knows? But anyways, whole point is, wow, this car is so tight, and these tires are so big, you can just really feel all of the road imperfections. So, wow. So cool. I mean, wow. But one thing I wanted to do is I definitely want to drive this car over there so that I really can relate with the difference on the power from the before and after effect, if you know what I mean. And I just think this car is going to become such the attitude car with the supercharger. I just think it's going to be really cool. And the thing is, you know, how many people have these Whipple superchargers on these cars? I don't think there's a lot. You know, it's so funny. My kid drove this car last, and I have no idea. Oh, she's got the air conditioning down to 67 degrees. I'm freezing. Yeah, there's one thing about this car. It definitely gets cold. It gets chilly, but technology, I mean, since I've been so separated from this car, it's all this iPad infotainment center look that a lot of people really aren't excited about, of the Mustang enthusiast. And, you know, it's all the touchscreen features. And, yeah, once again, wow, just a whole new learning experience for me in this vehicle, being that I have not been behind the wheel of this thing in so long. And it is quite the experience to be driving a Mustang, as I really haven't driven the Mustangs much at all. And I've driven the Camaro and the Corvette. And, you know, even to the point that you got to go down here for the pony settings to figure out what do I want this in the race, the sport, track, the exhaust note. So there's a lot of things that are going on here. And then this has the adaptive cruise control, which I forget about that too, which is so cool. I mean, it's so cool that you got a manual transmission car, but this does have the adaptive cruise control. You know, way back when you got both the Mustangs, I was wanting to do a daughter-daddy Mustang day. We never did do that. That's just incredible on how I really wanted to kind of do a back-to-back comparison of the GT Mustang versus the Dark Horse, which in so many ways, this is like the Mach 1, borderline a GT350 in so many ways, of the components and a little more performance-oriented, but it doesn't have the higher output motor like the Voodoo motor. So you really can't say, you can say it, but you can't, because they typically, GT350, GT500, they don't have the Coyote motors. They have a Predator motor, or they have the Voodoo motor. So it's a whole different engine for that chassis. So this here is the 5.0 motor with 500 horsepower. It's a little bit more built motor to take the bigger, higher power, but at the same time, it's not, you know, the Predator motor or just a specific motor for this build car. So you have to say to yourself, will the Dark Horse ever be a really sought after Mustang product? I think a lot of people feel like it's an overpriced product, and I don't disagree. It's a very expensive car. And when the GT500 gets released, or a GT350 gets released, if that car isn't 25 or 30 grand more, then you'll have to scratch your head. Why'd you buy a Dark Horse? Because if it's only 10 grand more, you should have waited for the GT350 or the GT500. So that'll be interesting to see around the pricing will be on those more Shelby. You know, those are specific Shelby built products. This is not the Shelby Icon product for Ford. So does this ever have great values? I doubt it. That's my own personal opinion, but here we are. Great time in the car, and it is very comfortable, and it's a shame and it sits outside all the time because it's trashed. It's seeing the abuse of the environment, because my shop has too many toys in it. If I got rid of all the motorcycles and parked them somewhere else, I could definitely have this in my shop. Got the kid behind me in the race truck. She loves that race truck, and that's where all the components are. As we go over the bridge, now we're going into Maryland. We got about a 45-minute drive to get where we're going. Wow. This is so cool on how this has the adaptive cruise control. I mean, wow. Wow. I mean, I just can't get over his car. His car, it is so twitchy. I mean, it's so sensitive to the road. Every time it moves his steering wheel, this thing just is like instantaneous and moves. I mean, just incredible. I got the kid right on my tailgate. And the race truck. I need to change the oil thing bad. You can hear the car. So this car isn't like a radical type of exhaust. It's, you know, it's nice, but it's not as loud as the GT Mustang that I put the Roush exhaust on, which is very interesting on how loud that car is. It really is. Got a lot of back road to do before we get over to the heavy traffic. Wow, this car so reminds me of my GT500. It's really incredible on how this has such the personality like my GT500. And one thing I always really noticed about the Mustang Shelby product is how it just race-driven feel. I mean, I don't get that same feel in like the Challenger or the Hellcats, the Charger, the Mustang. This car just so wants to go race around the racetrack. It's such a tight, the steering, just a car. It's a smaller platform car, and it's a smaller interior. It just really radiates. It just so radiates and wants to go race. And the steering wheel is so touchy. I mean, I just touch the steering wheel a little bit, and the car, moves instantly. So the connection to the road is just really phenomenal in my book. I've been driving around big trucks and SUVs, but at the same time, this thing is just such the sports car. And I think that's what you get more out of the Mustang than like the Hellcat. So if anybody said to me, do I buy a Hellcat or a nice performance Mustang, I'd be like, if you really want that race feel and that really sporty feel, you're going to get more of it out of the Mustang than you are the Hellcat. Hellcat's a nice vehicle, but it's just a bigger platform car. You just don't get that same experience. As we're here in the back roads, which isn't, got the kid and Brian behind me, so it's a good thing we're just kind of putting down the road. And we're just loving the Mustang. What a Mustang day. The kid's loving that race truck, I can tell that. She's having a little too much fun back there. We went through a tunnel. She kind of give a little bit of gas. So, but get the 3 Fords. It's all the Ford hat on. Man, it's all Ford day today, everybody. Mustang, race truck, Bronco. Yeah, there's a lot of traffic out here. Finally kind of broke. I mean, it's been pretty heavy on these back roads. So, finally kind of got away from separating ourselves from most everybody else. We're going to get there about 11:15 roughly to meet with Dave. And hopefully he's like, yeah, you got all the right stuff here. And it shouldn't be that radical, and hopefully the bill isn't radical. That's the key, if you know what I mean by that. So out here on the 200 toll road, you're in Maryland, you know where this is. This is the Mid-County Highway that took years to build, and it is a nice way to get around Maryland now. It does help you a lot. Did I hear I heard the exhaust in the tunnel. Yes, I did. You're having too much fun, so I'll get a little video time here of you right now. As you come up by me, you'll join the truck. That thing's so much fun, isn't it?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah. Even with the windows up, you gotta be careful. Don't get yourself in trouble.
I'm only going 64.
Yeah, I know. I'm with you, baby. It's looking good. That truck is so fancy. That's a really good looking truck. Can you even imagine a supercharger on that?
It's so fun.
I think you'd end up.
I'm going 62.
I think we'd lose our license with a supercharger on that thing.
I'm only going 62 miles an hour.
I know that. I'm just saying a supercharger would really get you off the road. All right, I'm going to pull up so you get behind me. See, somebody's having, right? Yeah, you're having a lot of fun. The kid's having way too much fun there, isn't she? just loves that race truck. You know, it's incredible. I think he's been to Florida and back home. He's been to Tennessee. We've taken that truck a lot, even though some have been saying, you don't ever drive that race truck anymore. Well, that truck has like 6,000 or 7,000 miles on it, I think. But we haven't driven a lot lately. I don't disagree with that. So, I'm going to get here to get my Waze back on and see who's up the Waze. You kind of know if the LEO is up around the corner waiting to give you a ticket, which don't need that today. So, as you roll up the road, I got a guy here. It just cracks me up how people don't even go the speed limit, but whatever, buddy. It's going to be all right, right? It's going to be all right. As we get up the road here, and this turns into a little racetrack. I mean, there's people who go across this road 100 miles an hour. If you do it on the right day, you'll be all right. But some days they do a heavy patrol in this. And see how quiet this car is? So this car gets very subtle when you're just at the regular speeds. And what's so cool is I can just set my cruise control, my adaptive. And so right now I'm on adaptive cruise, which I really do like that they did that on the enabled that in the manual transmission car. It makes so much sense because it gives your feet and your legs the 3-pedal driving. It gives you a little bit of a break because the car automatically adapts to the distance of the car in front of you to adjust your speed if they're not going as fast as you are. So it really is great. Every car should have adaptive cruise control. And at this point, with all the technology in these cars, and I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't just put it in every car. It's not that radical. Kind of like cruise control, if you know what I mean by that. As we get up the road here. And for Brian, he's not the guy really that's traveled per se in the roads at all, if you know what I mean by that. And so this is really a whole new learning experience for him because he's not, this isn't what he's done for a living. So to get involved in my company, you live behind the wheel of a car, and the challenge is in this area, it's very aggressive driving. People are extremely aggressive, and it's extremely challenging to get around without just being very irritated, dealing with such radical-minded people that just do crazy things. So you drive the roads around here, you just don't understand what I'm talking about. So right now, this is probably a little shorter distance in a drive than going to Koons Baltimore Ford. The only difference is going to Koons, it's all open highway versus the back roads to get here. So that's really the primary difference. But I would say mileage-wise, it's shorter. So the question now is, do I bring my Fords over here to get serviced? I'm tempted to see if you had any time to put my race truck in the shop to get the oil change and tires. I think the kid and her want to play and do a little bit of a faster truck. Yeah, the Bronco's fast. I mean, that Bronco really is a fast vehicle. Those things get up the road, man. That's what I was saying when I get that Bronco Raptor was, it's at that 3.0 motor, V6 twin turbo with 400 plus horsepower, but yet you've got the 2.7 liter V6 twin turbo in the non-Raptor, and I think that thing's at what, 320? I think it is something like that. I don't think it's 370. So once again, it's a fast truck. It's fast. If you watch my videos, you'll see people coming up the middle lane wanting to really get up the road here, which that's all good. Oh, this stuff will drive you freaking nuts. What a piece of crap. This phone, Apple, you guys suck. Apple sucks. I hate their crap. This phone was down here like this. So this phone was on this charging station. So as I'm using my Waze, this phone overheats from this piece of crap technology of freaking. I hate this crap. Stop it, you guys. All you dumbasses out there, it's so aggravating. Just stop designing crap. It really is. It's such a total joke of what's going on in today's society of all this crap. Yeah, am I mad? I am mad because I'm totally going the wrong way now. Because my navigation turned off because of stupid ass technology of overheat my freaking phone. It's unbelievable.